Hello there, listeners. Here is Maya speaking from my humble little home in Klil, northern western Israel. Today is June 16, 2025. This morning I received an email from my friend abroad from the US asking me like, "Hey Maya, what's going on?" So I was thinking it's a good opportunity, a good reason to make an episode just giving the listeners all around the world, like, well, not that many people listening to the podcast, but potentially many people around the world have access to it. So just giving a perspective about the current event from my own personal perspective, sitting here in Israel, in northern western Israel. So first, I can say from my own personal physical perspective that I've been under ballistic missile attack for the last 3 days. It's not all the time. It's been in the first night, like 2 days ago, there was like three times, three showers of missiles. So we have like in my village we don't have alarm. I think it's the only village in in Israel or at least the only Jewish village that don't have alarm. But we do hear the alarms from neighbor village. So it's like you hear alarm, then after a few seconds you start hearing like those dim explode sounds. I think this is how it sounds like when the missiles are exploded at air or at space. Dim explode sounds, many of them. It's like boom, 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 something like this. And then if a missile explode, it's like boom, pow, something like this. Uh, Quite strong sounds. Every one of those attacks takes about I don't know, 5-10 minutes, something like this. So in the first night there was like three of them. Second night there was one in about like 11 o'clock, and yesterday night there was like this night there was one in the early evening and one in the noon yesterday, and one like almost at sunrise this morning, like in the late at night. Um, so this is my own personal experience. Outside of the Western Galil, there is like more attacks. Most of the attacks are upon the center of Israel, central cities. Central. Uh, yeah. When we got missiles from Lebanon, when Hezbollah shot at us, so I was in the most risky place. But now the most risky place is more like to the, I don't know, Tel Aviv and all those kind of reasons. So this is the missiles attack. It's quite scary. I'm open the news in the morning and I see every day. I'm worried about someone else from my relatives. Like I have relatives in all kind of places that are now under intense attack of ballistic attack. So it's like all the time calling people in phone and asking like, "Are you alive?" Kind of. This morning, my friend told me that one of her relative building was heated by ballistic missiles, and just luckily not his specific apartment, and somehow he's okay. I don't know, but it's actually very surprising that he's okay, because I saw pictures from the ballistic missiles when they hit, and it's look incredibly scary. It's like destroying whole buildings. Um, yeah, and I don't have a shelter. I think, yeah, actually, many people in Israel don't have a shelter. Mostly, I think Arab population don't have shelters in their home. There was a missile hitting an Arabic village not far away from me, and all of the village now they're shouting like, "Help us! We don't have any shelter," kind of a thing. But I think most Jewish population have shelter. I think, I'm not sure. I don't have a shelter, so I'm like just trying to go back to sleep. I guess when the missile attack happened, or lying down on the ground. Luckily, I live in a geodesic dome and not in like a concrete house. If I was in a concrete house, I guess I was running outside and lying on the ground. Um, yeah. So I'm lucky to not live in a very like settled building with walls and ceilings. So if there is like no big concrete stuff that can collapse on me, this is the big danger. But still, those missiles are exploded at air, and big pieces of metal can fall down at you from space, and it's, yeah, quite dangerous actually. Except that there is this whole phone thing that is very scary. Like the government is sending alarms to people's phone without asking, uh, and it's like, yeah, we're just informing you that there is like missiles coming, and on the way we're telling you that we actually broke into your phone and we control it. Ta-da! So this is, so I assume that most Israeli people are satisfied and happy that the government have this system of sending them alarm, but also there is this talking about this the fact that the government is broke into all of us phone, and this government is very like, we don't trust, like many people in Israel. I think the majority have severe distrust in this government. So knowing that they broke into our phone is quite scary in a way. Also, they closed the airport, which is makes sense because it's for the Iranian to not be able to make like a giant terror attack in the airport while people are there. They also took the planes away. It makes sense. It's also, personally, it's make me happy to know that they closed the airport, because I'm generally against the whole idea of flying. It's an environmental disaster. But there is another aspect of it. I just opened the news this morning and I read this perspective, and that's the fact that the government actually put a lockdown upon everyone in Israel. No one come in, no one come out, no way to escape. You have ballistic missiles flying at you, potentially nuclear bomb, and nowhere to escape because the government decide that no one go out. That's quite fucked up, right? It sounds like Soviet Union in his worst days, I think. So that's also scary. If you add to it the fact that the government um, uh, is fighting the court for like the last 2 3 years, and trying to get rid of everyone that is against it, and it's basically look very bad. It's look like a settling down of dictatorship in Israel. For a long time, it's looked like this, and it's getting worse and worse. Government is really is terrible. There is they're fighting to shout down the free media and free newspapers. They are fighting to take control over the court, the government. I mean, and yeah. Add to all that, just giving you a brief of a current situation in Israel. Add to all that, there is a big issue with how to call it, radical Orthodox people in Israel that are settled in. They have like their own society of Orthodox, and the thing is that they're not serving the military. And everyone, the many people are very upset because they're not serving the military. We're talking about like a huge part of the Israeli population that officially do not serve the military, even though everyone else have to, and dying in the military and being hurt. So many people are upset about that. The thing is that those Orthodox religion are highly represented in with their parties in the coalition. They're actually holding the coalition, um, um, and keep it. Recently, the coalition had trouble with passing by again the law that allowed them to not serve the military, creating really actually like a practically casta system in Israel. um, so they had trouble doing this because the public was very angry of those Orthodox, and wanting everyone to, if someone need to die in fighting, so at least everyone will be equal. So there was lots of anger in the Israeli public about that, making the coalition difficult to pass on the law that allowed those Orthodox to not serve the military. Um, and it seems for a while that the coalition going to fall, and it was very exciting and very happy thing to hear that the coalition is going to fall soon and we're going to have election. Maybe we're going to be safe for this terrible, brutal, ignorant, racist, dictatorial government. But it seemed in some way that Prime Minister Netanyahu, that is under trial, as you probably know, about a whole variety of extreme radical corruption slash betray kind of stuff. So it seems that he in some way managed to settle it up, and I don't know, in some way keep the coalition. They don't talk about the election anymore, so it's like shit. Um, Add to it, I will give my own personal perspective and say that I think the problem is not that the Orthodox are not serving the military. I think the problem is that people do serve the military. I think I really try to encourage people around me to stop serving the military. I believe that if a brutal dictator government that is not serving the population need in any way and dragging us into a terrible bloodshed war again and again and again. If they are the one that telling the military what to do, I think we shouldn't serve the military. Uh, I thought so long time ago, but now I'm really like encouraging people: do not serve the military. Stop, stop. If you're in the military, stop. You're doing damage to yourself, to your family, to me. Please stop. So that's just a call that I put up for Israelis. And is there anything else to say to the people outside of Israel, giving an update from within the lockdown? Um, Weather is nice. It's not too warm. Um, it's something good for a change. I don't know. Thank you, listeners, for listening. Bless us all.